battle has just begun!
Hello, hello, welcome again to the RobotnikIsSexy show, and this time we're going to have what I like to call mono Kanto. I talked about using Golem, and what the hell, we're gonna use Golem. And this team is actually extremely balanced, and only a few of the Pokemon on it are not an OU currently. So this is a pretty badass team. So he's going to lead off with Porygon Z. I'm going to scout and see what he's up to. I'm going to go into Clefable. He's going to crit with that Shadow Ball, but judging on that damage, that's probably Choice Specs. So I'm going to have to be wary of that Porygon, because if he's carrying Hyper Beam, I basically have nothing to take it, like at all. So I'm going to throw up a Wish as he goes into his shiny Cofagrigus. This guy's kind of a cool mixed-tier team. I do to an extent, but like I said, most of them are OU currently. I go into Arcanine predicting a Will-O-Wisp, but this guy's smarter than the average bear. He's going to throw out a Toxic. Unfortunately, it does miss. And then I predict him to go into Gigalith. So I go into Venusaur as he does go into Gigalith, and then I Mega Up as he switches out yet again, this time into Porygon Z8 once more. I'm going to throw down a Giga Drain. It does over half, and now I think he's probably going to go Hyper Beam, but he's going to go Psychic instead, so that's alright. Clefable's taking a bit of a battering, but I do have Wish and Protect, so I'm not too worried about it, and by this point, I'm very, very convinced to use Choice Specs, so I'm just going to Moonblast the Gigalith that I expect to come in once again, because, and I'll tell you why, my team has a big Stealth Rock weakness. As long as I have Starmie healthy, I can get them out of the way, but, whenever you get an opportunity to set up Stealth Rocks, set up those fucking Stealth Rocks. Like, I've got a Dragonite, like Dragonite and Arcanine. Very, very, very limited by Stealth Rock on my side. I predict his Cofagrigus to come in again, go for Scald, get a burn. That is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I'm pretty much outplaying him. It's really, really nice to actually do this. So, new game plan. Wear down Cofagrigus until it dies or becomes irrelevant, and then spin. And then win. Spin to win, I guess. So, I'm gonna try to wear him down with some Leech Seed as he shows me Will-O-Wisp. So his set is very interesting. He's got dual status, Cofagrigus. It could be that he hatched the shiny himself, and it, was limited to those moves, and he just kind of went for it, which, I can totally understand. I've got a shiny Malamar. It's not like he's the best thing in the world, but I love him. I love the man. So I'm going to go for that double Leech Seed, guaranteed to work every time. I don't know if you guys do this too, but you use Leech Seed, use it again as they switch. It always works. It's so cool. I was gonna hit myself. I was gonna kick myself. I want to say. I was gonna kick myself really hard if he went into Porygon Z again, because I could have Giga Drained him and then he would have died. But he does go into this fluffy dragon guy, Altaria, and he goes for Parasong. And now I'm scared out by the Parasong, because I don't actually know if Altaria can learn a trapping move or not. I didn't calc it, didn't check it or anything, but I am sufficiently scared out, because I don't want to be like, mean look, Parasong, protect, trap bullshit. I don't even know if I can learn that, but just to be super safe, I'm going to switch out. And this actually works out perfectly, because I'm able to protect against whatever move he's going to lock himself into. He goes for Tri-Attack. Now this... This is the turn of the game, the turns of the game. I didn't want this to happen, but it works out so fucking perfectly. It goes for Tri-Attack, it hurts like a motherfucker, but then I go Sucker Punch. Now that I've shown him Sucker Punch, I know that he's going to switch out. I predict the switch, go for Stealth Rock. That means Porygon Z is dead. Z is dead, baby. On the switch in, I don't see any way he can get rid of hazards unless he has Defog on Altaria, and if he does, then, that's going to help me out too, because like I said, I got a fucking Dragonite sitting over here, so, like, yeah, he doesn't really want to Defog. So, in like 1 second, Golem kills 2 guys, and that, oh man, I love Golem so much, so it's just so nice to see that, especially in a Kanto region team like this. So I'm gonna just switch in Starman, whatever he wants to do. Now, strangely, he goes into this Militic, and I don't really know what is up with this Militic, because I don't see leftovers. It could be that he has, I don't know, I just don't know. And I really don't know why he's going into it at all. I guess he predicts me to use Scald forever, predicting his Ghost to come back in, but I'm like, nah man, I get a perfect opportunity to spin, even if he does go into his Ghost. He's just going to take Stealth Rock and burn damage, and then I can just hit Scald until he dies, so... perfect opportunity to spin, and now I basically have his head on a platter, really. Like, now Dragonite can come in and do all sorts of shit, which he's definitely going to do. But before I do that, I'm going to go into Clavel here. Still unsure, scratching my head about this Militic. I'm not really sure what it's up to. I'm just going to throw up a Wish. Passing Wishes to Dragonite is probably like my most favorite thing to do ever. Oh no, I go Heal though, that's right, because some of my Pokemon have status conditions. I actually can't pass a Wish to Dragonite safely because I know that he's just going to use Ice Beam and Scald a lot. So I'm going to have to think of something else. I'm going to pass a Wish to Venusaur, but this is smarter than the average bear passerby trainer. A passerby trainer who is pretty decently good at the game and nicknames his Pokemon. That's a rarity. That's kind of cool to find. He's definitely not going to have it, so I think we're both going to switch out at the same time as I go Wish here, because he knows that Protect is coming, or a Switch is coming, and he is going to go into a Pokemon that is not exactly allowed in standard play. We're going to have Mawile, and we're not talking never use Mawile. I am very, 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 very certain that this is Mega Mawile. So I'm going to go into Flower Power, receive the Wish, and now I'm thinking, shit, he's going to Sword Dance. So, what I have to do is go into Dragonite and hope he doesn't go Play Rough or Iron Head. Iron Head, not so much, not so bad, but if he went Play Rough, that would have really sucked. But because I had a bulky Poison type out at the time, I knew the chances of him going Play Rough were pretty low, and it pretty much goes down as I hope. I'm going to burn my Multiscale, eating that +2 Sucker Punch, and he's going to take a Choice Banded Earthquake to the Dome and die. So that is fantastic. Dragonite definitely able to do some shenanigans once I spun away the rocks. Now I'm pretty much free to just click random buttons with Mega Venusaur and win. Or so I think. He's going to go Mirror Coat and completely like flip my world upside down. Total props to that play. That was the coolest move, probably the coolest move of this match, just killing Venusaur. Actually, that critical hit Sludge Bomb didn't help. It actually hurt me. Like, if it didn't crit, I might have lived, and then I could have gotten a Giga Drain. So I think the crit gods are, they're like, hey, calm down with the crits. So I'm going to switch Golem into the expected status move. This is the Ninja Death Strike Lumberry Golem, so I'm able to eat that. And I'm thinking, how far in his brain, how far in his mind can I go? Can I go Earthquake now and Stone Edge later as he switches into Altaria? Because if he does, then I basically have mind control over this man. But unfortunately, he doesn't switch into Altaria, and I miss the Stone Edge as he kills me with Hex. But Golem is definitely the MVP, doing more than his share of work. Great job, Golem. Really enjoyed using you. Just the ability to have Sturdy and Lumberry, it just guarantees you one clean hit, and it feels so good, and it actually is really good for the uber noobs who are going to have Darkrai, so then you can just Earthquake them, and it's good shit. So now Arcanine can pretty much lay waste to the rest of his team. I'm going to go Flare Blitz instead of Extreme Speed, because with Stab I think it does a little bit more, believe it or not, like even resisted, and I'm going to get a burn, so yeah, that's cool. Now I'm just going to finish him with E-Speed, and PZ is dead to rocks. And that is the game. Very enjoyable game. I had this game on the toilet, and it was that was too much information, but this game was really fun, and I feel like it, well, I do feel like it shows how balanced this team is, because like I got the fire water core, I got a spinner, I got a stealth rocker. Almost all of them are OU, so this is a very, very safe team to use, and it's really fucking solid. And as I've said before, Choice Band Dragonite just does everything I want. He's fantastic. So. And Golem, man. I'm so glad I'm using Golem instead of Zapdos. Golem is so fun to use. Holy shit. Been one of my favorites since Red and Blue. I would always either have like a Nidoqueen or a Golem on my starter team in the blue version. But anyway, enough bullshitting around. If you enjoyed the video, comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you later, YouTube.